Gemini, thank you so much for tuning in. Love and light to you. There is such a focus here. I'm beckoned to mention just up and out on Libra for you. It's almost as if Libra and Gemini are just they're blending in the blender, okay, with one another, okay. Take it as you will, dear Gemini. I'm hearing Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Aries here for you. Scorpio as well, trailing through, okay. We have here, as I was meditating on your energy before I turn on the camera, the Three of Swords in reverse, a beautiful right over the Four of Pentacles in reverse, the Two of Pentacles in reverse, mirroring here the Three of Swords in reverse. You have as well here the Daughter of Swords upright, overlaying the Nine of Cups upright, the Strength card in reverse. Strength in reverse, mirroring here the Daughter of Swords upright. I'm getting here there is a decision that you feel in a certain way you are to make in a very clear, level-headed way, but it's almost like I can't help but dream, okay. I understand that in a certain way, yes, I'm hearing there is a strategic, mental sort of interpretation of what I feel I'm grappling with. But at the same time, I'm hearing, I'm feeling it, okay. I'm feeling so much. And how is it, in a certain way, that I find the balance, that I strike the balance between what it is that I'm feeling so much for and so much of, emotionally, perhaps spiritually, energetically for a number of you, and how it is that I internalize this process in a perceptive way, also perhaps in such a way that I'm hearing sets and lays a certain foundation. I'm hearing to rest of how it is perhaps in the past I've engaged certain emotional propensities and dimensions. There is a strong focus here on the emotional realm and dimension for you, dear Sagittarius, Gemini, and Aquarius wants to speak out for you right here, right now, with the Sun of Cups upright. You may be dealing with a water sign, an individual who's very, very, very sensitive. Oh my goodness, the feeling I'm getting here is just so. It's like a baby chick, just with the feathers so soft and fluttery, and it's like I'm hearing a buttercup. It's like a buttercream. I'm hearing buttercream cup. Okay. Six of Wands in reverse sits right behind the Sun of Cups upright. Six of Swords upright, mirroring here, ooh, the Six of Wands, okay. Six of Swords has just flipped over, upside down, onto the Six of Wands. There is an absolute focus here, specifically for this individual. I'm getting Aquarius very strongly here for you. And again, it could be your own propensity or that of another. It's almost like there is this very innocent sort of purity with which a certain direction that is creative, that is perhaps also performative, that is expressive of the emotional dimension, what's going on out there with that horn. My goodness, sorry about that. Gemini, okay. I'm not going to mention this. This was like last year, okay. Specifically, I believe it was either the Pisces or the Scorpio reading, that same sort of prolonging of horn honking sort of took place during one of the readings, and this was back, gosh, I think about a year ago. So for those of you who've been following for quite some time, who knows, right? There could be some sort of connection there, as I'm getting it for a number of you now. There is here, again, a sort of innocence, a sort of purity, a lightheartedness as well, a dream-like propensity with which this individual, or yet again, this sort of emotional and hearing escapade that is based in the imagination is grappled with, is dealt with. And it's almost like I'm hearing they can't help but dream. I'm hearing you can't help but dream. There is just so, I'm hearing there's so much to be dreamt of. I'm hearing together, specifically for a number of you. It's so beautiful. Oh, this feeling I'm getting specifically with Sun of Cups, beautiful energy for you, dear. I'm hearing Aquarius. Okay. Strength, Leo's card in the Major Arcana, mirroring here the Daughter of Swords. I'm hearing it packs a punch. You recognize that the way that you approach this next stage, as it pertains perhaps to partnership, to the laying of a certain foundation, I'm hearing contractually as well, is everything. I'm hearing is a performance in and of itself. It's almost like it's not enough. I'm hearing to lay the groundwork. It's not enough simply to lay. I'm hearing the many thought forms to rest. It is a matter of how it is that in a certain way I am projecting a certain value of interface, how it is that I also want and wish to engage in a certain dynamic and discourse with others. There is here, I'm hearing a conversational element. You have the Ten of Wands in reverse that sits right behind the Strength card, mirroring the Nine of Cups. There's been a whole lot of, I'm hearing studies specifically, late nights. I'm hearing impending, pending. A lot of time and energy, effort spent on almost feeding the imagination of what could come of a certain circumstance. And I'm so cheeky for you, Gemini. I'm so cheeky for you. Okay, the Four of Wands upright that sits just beneath this Ten of Wands, mirroring the Nine of Cups upright. It is all a matter of what you envision, and you realize that. And yet again, though, it's almost as if it's like, okay, well, as much as I am feeling so much for, I'm hearing this, this I'm hearing project for a number of you, this profession I'm hearing for a number of you, there is in a certain way an image that I am to uphold, I'm hearing, in my dealings with others. I'm hearing publicly, and it's almost like there is a certain representation perhaps that you may feel you are to take on ideologically, I'm hearing esoterically, and it's almost like, how is it that I'm hearing shape and represent my ideals in a certain way as well. You have here the Two of Cups upright that the Daughter of Swords looks over at. Her body, I'm hearing bodice, is turned away from, but her gaze is concentrated very much on the direction that this, I'm hearing, conceptual framework moves in. You have the Two of Cups again, right over Justice in reverse. You may be dealing with a Libra for a number of you, or a legal component, some form of questioning. Also, I'm hearing a questioning process of what the terms may be laid as, specifically as it pertains to a partnership. You have here, and I'm hearing specifically, a functioning and creative, I'm hearing dynamic working partnership. There may be a focus on career finances with overlap as it pertains to matters of love, and I'm hearing career again for you, okay, perhaps the career that is based in matters related to partnerships for a number of you, or love. However it is that you take that and resonate with that. The Mother of Wands in reverse, mirroring here the Two of Cups upright. I'm hearing lack of patience. I'm hearing there is the desire to, I'm hearing, take the bird by the wings, okay? What is it that we feel in a certain way we are preparing for? Very clearly, and there may be a focus here on the conception of a certain ideological body of work that has to do with matters of creative self-expression. Strongly so, you have the Daughter of Wands that sits, I'm hearing impending and waiting for this, the surfacing of a certain act, and this may be your very own energy for a number of you, and or I'm hearing specifically a coworker. You have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the Empress in reverse, strong energies here for you as it pertains to manifestation, Gemini. What is it that in a certain way we feel we need to, I'm hearing, take by the horns, okay, that we in a certain way are to set the expression of and for. I'm hearing also the dynamic for. What is as well the range of our creative self-expression that in a certain way feeds a certain vision that is to be manifested in the third dimension? What is it that in a certain way we recognize holds a certain physicality to it as well? Perhaps the physicality of a certain desire, a certain vision yet again, perhaps a certain method and means of creative self-expression, but that at the same time is yet again held in the spontaneity of the authenticity of desire, of vision, specifically vision, and I'm getting a strong focus here on Sagittarius, the Sagittarius archetype here for you, Gemini, specifically with the Mother of Wands in reverse and the Daughter of Wands in reverse. You may as well be dealing with an Aries here, okay? And matters, concepts of birth may be a focus as well, and what exactly it is that we feel we are grappling with monetarily, fiscally, financially, and as it relates to the grander scope of creation. Okay, and there could be a focus here as well for a number of you on what do I feel I'm hearing I'm hearing mine in a certain way through my work, through what I create. What is it that I feel I am in a certain way? I'm hearing the beholder of. I'm hearing the domain holder of. I'm hearing as well, what is it that I feel I am uniquely stimulated and driven by? Okay, let's pull a few more cards for you. Dear Gemini, I'm hearing Aries here very strongly here for you, as well as Sagittarius. Aries and Sagittarius want to speak through. The Magician wants to remain at the bottom of the stack. The Magician in reverse. I'm hearing full throttle, full force. The focus for you is on vision, Gemini, on maintaining vision. I'm hearing of assets, of how it is that you feel you are in a certain way to construct in a formal way what it is that you understand are your unique assets, your unique talents, your skills, your abilities. I'm hearing interface, how it is that we are in a certain way also pulling these propensities from a place that is held within us, and from a place of also consciousness, to a place that is, in a certain way, takes on a physical form of its own. Have here the Death card. This is Scorpio's card of the Major Arcana, who looks over at the Daughter of Cups. I'm hearing boogie, woogie, woogie. I'm hearing dancing our way through a cycle of knowing thyself. Very interesting. The Father of Wands in reverse, mirroring here the Death card. You may be dealing with a fire sign, water sign, specifically Scorpio, I'm hearing Cancer. Okay, you have here as well the Star that sits horizontally laid, right mirroring here the Daughter of Cups. You have as well the Father of Cups right beneath the Star. Cross over here with, it was Aquarius, okay. The Hierophant, horizontally laid right beneath this Father of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, right beneath the Hierophant, the Mother of Cups, cups, right beneath the Wheel of Fortune. The Father of Swords, right beneath the Mother of Cups. So many characters, so much going on here. Ten of Swords in reverse, right beneath this Father of Swords. There is a focus, and these energies absolutely came through for Aquarius strongly. So the Ten of Swords and the Father of Swords, as well as the Mother of Cups. I'm seeing and visualizing Cancer. I'm visualizing the Chariot card for whatever that may mean to a number of you. There is a grand cycle of change, Gemini, that you feel in a certain way you are capacitating solely by way of your vision, solely by way of what it is that you feel you are upholding as a frequency. Take a deep breath. Okay, there is a recognition of desire and passion that is in a certain way filtered through what it is that you perceive as the future. And there's such a focus here on how it is that you color, quite literally color, your perception of what it is you feel, I'm hearing, is an experimental course of action. What it is that you feel is an experimental, I'm hearing, engagement of transformation as well. And it's almost like I understand the gravity, in a certain way, the gravity of what it is that I am stepping into, that I am experiencing. But at the same time, I'm hearing from the same point of reference and standpoint, I am taking it, I'm hearing, with the momentum of my emotions, and I'm hearing the frequency of my emotions. I'm taking it in such a way that I'm hearing is colored with light and love. Beautiful energies here. There is, though, a focus on transformation, absolutely. But what I'm getting for you, Gemini, is not that there is such, I'm hearing I'm hearing the sense of a foreboding process. It's almost like I understand that I'm hearing this is I'm hearing a big deal. This is a major jump. I'm hearing shift for me. But it's I'm hearing warranted. I'm hearing it's warranted by success. Take it as you will. That may resonate with you in particular. It is, in a certain way, I'm hearing projection of my childhood. Lovely energies here for you, Gemini. I'm hearing it's a breath, and it's almost like there is a sense that there are the aspects of our being that, in a certain way, are now almost are respiring, okay, and it's almost like a respiration of a certain, almost, I'm hearing frequency of elemental expression of the many, sort of also, I'm hearing cornerstones of our imagination that in a certain way are to be taken on as a performance, in a performative way. Now you have, again, strength popping out here, Leo's card in the Major Arcana, right over the Nine of Cups, right over the Ten of Wands. There is a focus here on exactly what we feel is a resurgence of passion and specifically vision. And it's almost like, how do I merge my physical energetic levels as well with that of my desire that is held frequentially? And it's almost like, and I'm imagining somebody who's like, I feel it, I see it, I am living through it through my imagination. How is it, though, that I am in a certain way moving physically with where my mind takes me, where my imagination travels for me? And it's a question of exactly perhaps lifestyle. What lifestyle components may need to, in a certain way, be filtered through. I'm hearing changed out, transformed by way of the infiltration of emotion and desire, of also passion for what it is that you are seeking in your many transformations. Thank you so much here, dear. I'm almost at Virgo and Taurus at the same time for you, dear Gemini. Love and light to you, and I'll see you in the mid-March readings. This was, of course, the general thematic overview reading, roughly pertaining from the 1st to the 31st of the month. But again, of course, energy is fluid, so it may resonate a few days before the 1st, a few days after the 31st. Love and light to you all, Gemini. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I know that some of you have been asking if I have personal services and the like, and I do astrology reports, about 13 pages in length. Take a deep dive with your very personal energetic blueprint, capitalizing specifically on, focusing on energetic gifts, talents, specific perhaps even industries and expressions of creativity that may be most conducive for certain modes and channels. So for example, it's like, I know I'm creative, I know I'm a creative type, I know that I need to be spontaneous and I'm hearing active as well, I'm hearing physically for a number of you, and this may be alluded to by way of the birth chart, and it's almost like, well, which sort of direction do I feel maybe most conducive for the channeling of my creative, my active energies, and I'm hearing specifically performance. So if you're in the middle of a career shift or desiring a sort of clarity with what direction exactly you feel you want to invest of your creative energies through and by, then that may be something of focus to you. It's called the Elemental Astrological Report and Interpretation, and the link is in the bio box description below as well. You can feel free to click through there. Otherwise, I also, of course, do an energetic alignment protocols, readings, a few different types there with that, as well as energetic alignment protocols, specifically that are attuned based on your own personal chart, okay, your very personal frequency. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. Dear Gemini, love and light to you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.